What's going on, guys? My name is Chris Holochek, and this is another session of Holo Sessions. And today's topic is making friends with your ego. Now, I've made videos like this in the past about ego. A lot of times I would say kill the ego, but I've been watching some content which has been, I can't remember the guy's name, but it's this young guy. He just started a channel who I think it's like Carter or something. I can't remember the name, but he very wise for his young age. Like, he's giving advice about the ego and stuff, and how it can be your friend and it can be your enemy, but at the end of the day, its job is to protect you. And a lot of times that ego can be that little child that you were trapped inside of you. It just wants to feel safe. That's really all it wants from you. And sometimes we have unresolved trauma we haven't dealt with. It'll stay stuck inside of you and will continue to manifest into your present life and into your future if you don't do something about it. It can really hold you back if you don't make peace with it. And a good example of this is, for me personally, with dating, I tried all sorts of different methods, and I tried going overseas to meet people. I've just done just about anything you could do to get it to be able to date somebody, or find a girlfriend or find somebody to settle down with. And I guess none of those methods worked. I was looking everywhere else to try to find the right way to attract somebody, but the only place I wasn't looking was from within. And that old saying, just be yourself, as annoying as it is true. However, I don't feel like those people explain it well enough. When they say be yourself, it means being your best self and being present with yourself and finding who you are outside of all of your exterior circumstances, like you own a house, your career, your status in a family, all that is exterior for this lifetime. It's what you were before that. And this is something that's taken me a really long time to figure out, because I'd always have people in the spiritual community saying, you need to figure out who you are. Or they're like, who are you? And I would start saying, oh, I'm a country singer, I'm this and that. Like, no. Who are you, though, outside of that? I'm like, I don't know. That's what I am. And I get so frustrated anytime they would say that. But I figured out what they're trying to say. And in all reality, there is no saying you could put words to that describe who you are. It's a feeling inside. You got to feel. You got to get at peace. You got to get present. You got to get away from technology, social media, everything outside of your world that's influencing you. You got to step away from that and really reflect down deep. Get rid of any worries of what you got to do next, like any task, anything that could happen. Like, let that go for a bit. And honestly, that is the ego trying to keep you safe. Once you can quiet the ego, I'm not saying kill it, because all that's going to do is cause resistance. It's going to keep fighting you, and you're not going to be at peace. And making friends with it, accepting whatever happened to you that you felt was unfair, that you can't seem to make peace with. Once you accept that, and then you get really in tune with that you before any of that stuff happened, I feel like that's when you start seeing results. And I understand like what this guy on YouTube was saying, like when you're like, even like when dating and stuff, you for guys, like I know, like if we're going up approaching a girl or trying to ask her out or something, girls are very intuitive. They can sense when you're not being yourself. If you're trying to do these pickup lines or pickup tactics, you're forcing it, and you're playing an act. And girls can smell that from a mile away. They have to. It's embedded in their DNA. They have to be able to read a baby. When a baby's crying, they got to figure out why the baby's crying. So they got to be able to read between the lines and be intuitive. And so if they sense you're putting on an act, they're not going to feel safe. And that's the most attractive thing that you can be towards a woman, is safe, confident in yourself, confident in your frame. And only then will she give you a chance and feel you out and stuff. But you can't be putting on an act. You have to be your true self. And again, that comes from reflecting and really digging down deep. And if you approach a girl and you state your intentions right then and there, you don't have to you act nervous, you're already putting her above you. You just go in just knowing, like, hey, like, no matter what happens in this moment, I still have myself. I have that feeling inside. That is not going to change based on this interaction. Only my ego can let that happen. You go in with that mindset, then and you're just being your true authentic self, the girl can't help but say yes to you asking her out. Like, assuming she doesn't have a boyfriend already. And if she does and she still says yes, then yeah, you want to run for the hills. Because that's not a healthy girl to be with. But yeah, not just for girls, but for career as well. Like, I know with my music, there's been times, and I still get it from time to time, where people will say about my singing, like, I'm holding back. And I've done vocal coaching, I've done years of it. And you can say, like, just open your soft palates more, or sing more from your diaphragm, not your chest. Yes, all that works, but if you're nervous, you're worrying so much about what other people think. If you're gonna get haters or whatever, you're not being present, you're not being your true authentic self, and that's gonna show in your performance. That's something that's taken me such a long time to understand. And once I'm in my flow moment up there, I don't care. I'm enjoying playing. I'm enjoying what I'm doing. I'm living my dream, regardless of what kind of gig it is, whether I'm playing for the bar staff or for hundreds of people. I'm enjoying the moment, playing my guitar, singing, doing what God put me on this earth to do. That's when I'm being my true authentic self. And that goes for anybody with their dream, whatever they're doing, just being in the flow, enjoying it. You're not in your head about anything, trying to make it perfect, trying to impress anybody. You're just doing it. And that's really the key to succeeding in whatever you're put on this earth to do, whatever brings you joy. So not worry about all those other people and the yaps going on. Just going for it, doing what you find is true. Anybody who wants to hate on that is an extension of them, not on you. And nobody can change that feeling inside of you but you, and only if you allow that to happen. And that would be allowing your ego to start kicking in. And again, that's why I say make peace with it. Don't fight it. Make peace. Make it your ego your friend, and Lord knows what you can accomplish. It's about every successful person that I could think of has done that in some way, shape, or form. Sometimes they've had to use drugs, unfortunately, to do it, but or substances to get in that flow state. But unfortunately, those careers don't always last, or if they end up getting big, it just crashes hard, like they die or get arrested or whatever. I'm referring specifically to like musicians. But if you can do that without any substance, then your career is going to have longevity. You're going to just keep rising and rising. If you can do that all on your own with no help, because we are our most important asset at the end of the day when it comes down to it. Nobody's going to go after your dream harder than you are. And you really set an example for anybody who wants to join your team. If you're kind of doing half effort and going for whatever dream you have, that's the kind of people you're going to attract. People who are flaky. Like, if you go in full force and you don't allow anybody to shake you, you're not afraid to like say no or turn anybody down who's not aligned with your dream, then if you can get to that point, then the sky's the limit for you. But yeah, this is something I'm passionate about. When it comes to my career, I feel like God's got to have spoken that right to you. Whatever you're supposed to do, you go do it. Don't worry about what your family says or friends or whatever that say think it's a bad idea. Listen to what God tells you deep down inside, that inner knowing that you have deep down inside, that feeling, that inner feeling that nobody else can touch. Listen to that first and foremost, always. Anyways, with that being said, I hope you did enjoy this. If you did, please do like and subscribe to my channel. Helps me get the message out to more people. And with that being said, my name is Chris Holacek, and holla is hollin' out.